Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2022 Genesis GV80. This one is the Advanced Plus, and this one is finished in a beautiful blue color. It's called Adriatic Blue, and it is a $500 option. But let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, there is a 3.5 naturally aspirated V6. It is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 375 horses and 391 pound-feet of torque. And the fuel economy numbers on this engine: 18 in the city, 23 highway, and 20 combined. Here is an MSRP sticker of this 2022 GV80. If you guys are interested in the standard features this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price on this one is almost $70,000. So if you guys are curious about the color is called Adriatic Blue, and it does look very good on this Genesis GV80. And this one is the Advanced Plus. That means it does have the blind spot monitoring system, the third row, and it does have the Argo massaging seats as a standard feature. And the price on this one is very, very expensive. It is almost $70,000. This one is $69,000, so it is definitely expensive, but you do get a good amount of features in this GV80. Coming to the front, I really like the style of the GV80, and this massive grille just looks amazing. It is finished in chrome, and this GV80 does have a front-facing camera. The Genesis logo is up there, and here is the front-facing camera. It does have the 360, and the 360 camera in this Genesis just looks honestly amazing. And I really like the lines on the hood. Everything just looks very, very nice. And for the headlights, I really like the design of them. Basically, they have that separate design, and the high and low beams look very good, and everything right here in the front is LED. And I really like the way how the daytime running lights look like, and when you activate the turn signal indicators, they basically replace the daytime running lights. And in the front there is parking sensors, and this trim right here is finished in gloss black, and there's an opening to let air in. And in the bottom grille is finished in gloss black, and that's where the sensor for the braking assist is. In some Genesis, the sensor is up there, and I really don't like the way how it looks on other Genesis products, but on this GV80 it is down there, and it does look very, very good. And guys, overall I think the styling looks very good on this GV80. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this GV80. Here is a side view of this Genesis GV80, and the side view looks very good. There's a good amount of chrome right here on the side. There's some down there, there's some in the front and some in the back, and the window trims are all finished in chrome. And I really like the placement of the turn signal indicators. Basically, they are placed on the fenders, and there's a little bit of chrome next to those turn signal indicators. They look very nice and bright. And on the mirror, there is no turn signal indicator because there is turn signal indicators on the fender. And on the mirror, there is a blind spot monitoring system and the camera for the 360 camera system this GV80 has. And for the door handles, the top portion of them is finished in chrome, and the bottom half is finished in the same color as this SUV. For the rims, I think the rims look alright for $70,000. I really wish that the rims looked a little bit better. The size is 265 50/20, and I'm glad that there is a good amount of rubber. But let's go ahead and move to the back of this GV80, and I'll show you how it looks like from the back. So here is the back of this Genesis GV80, and it does look very good from the back. And I think Genesis did a great job with the design. The tail lights mimic the headlights, and for the tail lights, everything right here in the back is LED, and the reverse lights are in the bottom. For the turn signal indicators, I really wish they were amber yellow, but they are actually red, so I'm not a big fan of it. I really wish they were amber, just like the front. I think it would have just looked really, really good. Genesis is written in the back, and all-wheel drive with the 3.5 turbocharged badges on the right, and GV80 is all the way to the left. And there's some chrome around the reflectors. The exhaust tips are not connected to the exhaust pipe, but they are finished in chrome. And as I said, the reverse lights are in the bottom. And overall, I think the design here in the back looks good. I love the fact that there is nice sharp lines here in the back. And by the way, this is the tailgate release button, and I love the fact that the third brake light is nice and big. And yeah, overall I think it does look good. And by the way, this GV80 does have a panoramic sunroof, and it does have brushed aluminum roof rails. Here is a key. It does look good. It has a really nice weight to it. And this key has 8 buttons on it. Lock, unlock, tailgate release, panic button, remote start. It does have the smart park, and it does have a button to turn on the lights. And to remote start this SUV, you have to lock it once and then hold down the remote start button. And it does have smart park, so let's say if you want to move this SUV to the back, you have to click on the back button and the SUV will actually move to the back. And as you guys see, it does have the third brake light. The third brake light, it is nice and big, and the SUV is moving back, and you could move it to the front if you want to. So let's go ahead and move it to the front, but you have to stay close to the SUV. If you don't stay close to it, the SUV will stop. And I really like the third brake light. It is nice and long and nice and bright. To open the tailgate, there's 3 different ways. There is one on the key, there is a button on the tailgate itself, and there's one inside. Let's go ahead and use this button right here. Just click the button and then the tailgate will open by itself. It does have automatic lift gate, and up there is 2 buttons, one to close the tailgate and the other one is to close the tailgate and lock the SUV. And inside there is a ton of space in this Genesis GV80. The opening is nice and big, and yeah, seriously, I'm very impressed with the space, the trunk space in this GV80. Those are the seat controls to bring the third row down, to bring the third row up and down. There's a 12-volt AC vent. There's more controls right there, and there's LED lights on the right and left, and there's a storage place right here. It is actually very nice and deep. 2 cup holders, one on the right, one on the left, and here is the second light. And underneath there is a little bit of storage place. Alright, so I just want to go ahead and show you the space with the third row up. So let's go ahead and bring the third row up, and it is automatic up and down, which is nice. They are a little bit on the slower side, but I'm glad that they're automatic. And guys, there is an okay space with them being up. I've seen some SUVs with 3 rows that they have barely any space here in the back. So I think the space here with the third row is good. But let's go ahead and drop the seats down, and I'll go ahead and actually drop the second row down and basically show you the space with all the seats down. Alright, so I just dropped all the seats down just to show you guys how the back of this GV80 looks like with all the seats down, and seriously, there is just a ton of space. So yeah, I'm really happy with the amount of space in the back of this GV80. Here is the door handle, and the top portion of it is finished in chrome. The bottom is finished in the same color as the SUV, and there is a sensor right behind the door handle. That's how you unlock the SUV. To lock it, click on this sensor. Here is the front door panel. The front door panel looks very good. I really like the interior of this GV80, and the interior name is called Dune, D-U-N-E, and basically it's a blue color with this peanut butter color, and honestly it looks amazing. I really like the way how it looks, and this wood just looks amazing. Everything is wrapped in leather on this door panel. The door handle feels a little bit on the lighter side. I love the fact that there's 2 tweeters right here, and memory seats are located right here. And by the way, the passenger does have memory seats, a memory seat as well, and window switches, mirror controls, everything looks very good, and all windows are automatic up and down, and everything honestly feels very nice and solid. And the armrest is nice and soft. There is some chrome right here. This whole thing is nice and soft. And yeah, seriously, I'm really liking the way how the door panel looks like, and I really like the blue with this peanut butter color. There's a little bit of storage place in the bottom. I really wish it was deep. And there is a cup holder, and it does have the Lexicon sound system. I'm not exactly sure how many speakers does it have. I think 14 or 16 speakers, but definitely very good sound system. So for the seats, they look very good, and I really like this peanut butter color, and the design overall looks very good. As I said, those seats have the Argo massaging seats, basically some waves in the seats, and The ergo massaging function in this GV80 is beautiful. This is the button for it. Seat controls are right there. It does have thigh extension, and here is the lumbar support, and everything just looks very good. Those seats are very nice and comfortable. And by the way, there is a storage place in the bottom, and everything is wrapped in leather, and everything is nice and soft. So this is very soft. But let's go ahead and move inside this GV80, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Genesis GV80. It is the same design as the 2021, and seriously guys, this blue just looks amazing. The steering wheel is actually finished in blue, just like the doors and the dash, and overall everything just looks beautiful in this GV80. Anyways, steering wheel design looks good. A lot of people might not like the design of it, but I personally think it does look very nice, and it does have that luxurious look to it and that futuristic look. Genesis logo of course in the middle, and on the left there is the voice command, phone controls, volume controls. You'll have a mode and a favorite button, and on the right is the safety features. And I think this one actually does lane changes by itself, so all you have to do is activate the turn signal indicator, and then it will actually move to the other lane, but you actually have to move the steering wheel or just touch it a tiny bit to the direction that the SUV is going, and then it will actually do the lane change. There is this button right here that will control the screen in the middle, and if you click on it a few times, it will toggle through a few things. You could go up and down, MPGs, tire pressure, engine temperature, and there is the safety features. You'll have the steering assist and the adaptive cruise control. There is paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel, and on the right is the wiper controls for the front and back, and the left is the headlight controls and the turn signal controls. And here are the gauges. The left is analog, so the miles per hour is analog, and the right is basically an LCD screen, and very nice and high resolution LCD screen. And here is the AC vent, and a few buttons right here: brightness control, engine shut off, traction control, trunk release or tailgate release, and the e-brake. And the ambient lighting looks very good in this GV80. And here is a screen. It is a 14.5 inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and honestly the screen just looks amazing, and I really like the way how it looks. It's nice and long, and it looks very good, and Genesis system is very nice and very easy to use, but it's definitely something you have to get used to because there's so many settings and so many menus. And here is the backup camera. The 360 looks amazing, and the backup camera is nice and clear, and this GV80 does have the 3D view. And by the way, if you guys are interested in the full POV test drive of this GV80, I do have a video on my channel, so if you guys are interested, check it out. And as I said, the dash is all wrapped in leather. It is finished in blue. AC vents look good, and right here there is a good amount of buttons. There's an LCD screen, and there's hard buttons. You'll have map, navigation, favorite button, emergency light, radio, so basically some shortcuts up there. It does have dual climate control, and does have cold seats, heated seats, and heated steering wheel. You'll have the auto function. You could adjust the basically the vents or the mode, and off button, automatic. It does have heated seats, as I said, heated steering wheel, and down here there is a wireless phone charger, 2 USBs, and you could actually close this lid if you want to. And the wood that Genesis is using is very, very nice. That's where the cup holders are. Let me see if I could actually open this. 2 cup holders, nice and deep, big, and there's some chrome around the cup holders just to give those cup holders a nicer look. And everything just feels very good. Fan finish is beautiful. Volume wheel, tune wheel. There's a home button. So click on home, goes back home. Click on back, and you could rotate this to go basically left and right. Beautiful, nice and responsive. And paying attention to details in this GV80 is very, very good. You could even click on this center right here to be able to go to that specific menu, brake hold, and here is the gear shifter. Move it to the left for reverse, move it to the right for drive, move it slightly to the left if you are in drive. That will put it in neutral, and here is the park button, and this thing just looks amazing. And I really like the brushed aluminum, and everything just looks very, very nice. And right here there's a few buttons. You'll have the drive mode, a camera, the button to turn on the backup camera, parking sensors. You could lock the wheels so they spin all at the same time if you're stuck in snow, and you'll have the hill descent. Let's go ahead and change the drive mode. I'll show you how many drive modes there is. There's snow, eco, comfort, sport, and custom. And as I said, there's a storage place underneath, and here is the armrest. It is very nice and soft, and inside there is a good amount of space, and there is a removable tray. Here is the rear view mirror. It is nice and big, and it does have 3 buttons underneath it for the garage controls. Here is the glasses holder, and everything just feels nice and solid. This button right here is basically a touch sensitive button. You click on it, that will take care of turning on the lights. Same thing for the other side. You could click this button, this will take care of opening or turning on all the lights. And here is a switch that will open the sunroof and SOS, and this button will basically keep the lights off when the doors are open. And the headliner is finished in the same color as the seats, and this is actually very nice and soft. There's an LED light up there. It is very bright, and there is a mirror. It is actually a very good size mirror. So here is the back door panel, and the back door panel looks very good. I'm glad that there is more of that peanut butter on the door and more wood right here, and there's 2 tweeters right here. The door handle is very light, and there is a privacy screen, which is nice, and the armrest is nice and soft. I really wish it was a tiny bit softer, but it's not too bad. And here is the window switch. You could lock the doors from the back, which is good. And this whole thing is wrapped in leather, very nice and soft. I really wish the armrest was as soft as this. And there's some chrome right here, a tiny bit of storage place. I really wish that this was a little bit bigger and deeper, but still I think the design of the door looks good, so I really don't care about the storage place. Lexicon sound system. I did say it does have 14 or 16 speakers, but it does actually have 21 speakers of Lexicon sound system. And the sound system in this GV80 just sounds amazing. And the back seats are nice and spacious, good amount of legroom and headroom, and seriously, this color just looks very, very good. I would spec it the same way if I were to buy this GV80. And there's a handle right here to drop the seats, basically the back of the seat down, and this one right here will basically drop the top and move the front. So let me go ahead and show you. To be able to access the 3rd row, and there is an armrest right here, and 2 cup holders. I love the chrome, and there's a storage place, and the storage place is very nice and deep. And this GV80 does actually have tri-climate control. AC vents look good, and there's an auto function here, off. You could change the modes. There's heated seats here in the back, and down here there is 2 USBs. There's an AC outlet, and that's how the front of this Genesis GV80 looks like. So I want to go ahead and show you the 3rd row in this Genesis GV80, and honestly, the legroom and headroom in the 3rd row is very good. This seat is in a position where the person that is going to sit there is comfortable, so I'm glad that there is actually a good amount of legroom. And there's a cup holder right there with a storage place, but on this side there's no storage place, and there is a cup holder, and you could actually control the seats from those 2 buttons right there. There's AC vents, a speaker in the bottom, and those lights, they're very nice and bright. But yeah, again guys, there is actually a good amount of legroom and headroom in the 3rd row. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Genesis GV80. I would like to thank ISIM and Key Genesis in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Genesis GV80. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put their information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.